How many slippers do you think people use in a typical Japanese home? 1, 2 pairs? It's more than you think. And that's just one of several small habits that help keep homes in Japan clean, including the way bedding is actually folded, learn why they love tiny towels, cases, covers, and curtains. But first, let's talk about slippers. The image of having slippers to come home to or to put out when you have guests is a typical idea of Japan. However, there's other slippers. Toilet slippers. Back in the day, Japanese used to use more of squatting toilets, unlike the Western kind of toilet. So you would use slippers to keep their feet clean and to separate it from their house shoes. So still today, as a comfort, they switch between shoes and toilet slippers. Also, when you go into a Japanese room, if there's a carpet or tatami flooring, you take your slippers off. Another place where you'll find slippers is right on the balcony. Balcony shoes or slippers so that you don't get your feet dirty when you need to hang laundry and things like that. Another place you'll find slippers is perfect for the bathroom where the room is all wet. So you have these slippers, more kind of like booties, to be able to wear, say you're cleaning in the bath or need to retrieve something from the bathroom. Also, when it comes to how the futon is put away, of course everyone has this image of how it's put away, but let's see how it's actually folded. There's technically 2 ways. A 3-way of folding the blanket, just like you would do a futon, or the other way is an inside-out folding. I've never seen this in the Western world, but do you do it? Please leave a comment below and let me know. Today in Japan, less than half of the people actually sleep on futons, which is really unfortunate, but it's still really nice. So if you have a chance to stay at someone else's house in Japan and you get to sleep on a futon, maybe you can impress them by folding up the blankets for them after you're done using them for your stay. They would be actually really impressed. I have 2 types of futons. I have this older futon, which is more heavy, but it's really long-lasting and durable, and it's still quite comfortable. The other futon I have is a really new one that I just got last year from Nitori. And put it all together. Make sure you plant your face firmly into it. Just kidding. And it's really light and super comfortable as well too. But you can't put everything all at once. You kind of have to take it piece by piece. Which, yes, it is a workout, but if you want to get a workout in the morning, having a futon will definitely give you that workout. Then we come to small hand towels. If you've visited Japan, you've noticed that in public restrooms, there's not very many ways to dry your hands. There's no dryer, there's no paper towels. So having a small hand towel is the next best thing. And then you can just chuck it in the wash with your regular laundry. So when you're in Japan, be sure to get your own nice hand towel. Another thing is Japanese don't throw away bottles that can be refilled. So you get refillable packs for your everyday products. You can even get a bottle that you would like to be able to use for, say, even your detergent. And getting a bigger pack that can be even 4 times more than what you would normally fill in one filling. And it has a reusable cap, which is also a really good idea because it saves on storage and making it a lot easier to put things away. Even mixing and matching. I have my old Febreze bottle of a nice scent that I really like. They don't make it anymore, but I still use just the regular Febreze. Another thing you probably don't realize is that you can refill other kind of items such as powder foundation a lot of times. So it's a little bit tricky. You kind of have to push it out with a pin through the back, and it is kind of sticky, but it's a nice, cheaper way as well as not using so much plastic. Which comes to chucking plastic, how we throw away plastics. If you can tie it, you can toss it, is my motto. And Japanese love to tie the plastic to throw away. And kind of wonder why? Well, it actually makes it a lot more compact and easier. Let me demonstrate as to how this is really useful. Let's just use this small convenience store plastic bag. And we're going to put 2 pieces of plastic not folded. If you look at it, it actually takes up half the space in the bag practically. However, if we fold them or tie them, we can actually increase it 3-fold by adding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces of plastic that equal the same amount if they were not tied. So I definitely recommend tying your plastic if possible. And in Japan, we have to separate our rubbish, which is also can be a sticky thing. So we make use of our sticky sides and we fold them up and toss them. And the same thing you can do with your grocery bags. Fold them to triangles to make a lot more space available and make it more easy to access your plastic bags. Or have fun with it. And if you feel lazy, you can just tie it. Another thing Japanese love are pouches. Pouches for everything, not just for makeup. They don't have to be as cute as these. Guys even use them as well too for all sorts of things that they need to carry. So not just for makeup, it can be for your electric accessories. It can also be for your files and notes, which is very quite useful. And another thing is that you have your business cards. You can have a business card case as well. Japanese love pen cases. This is probably the most useful pen case I've ever seen that has a place to hold your eraser that also can stand easily and make it more accessible to your pens, collapsible and extendable, which is awesome. And you don't have to have it such as big as this. You can just have a smaller one just to be able to carry a few pens that you don't want to lose and you need to be able to have at hand. And Japanese love food souvenirs all the time, and they come sometimes in really nice tins, so they like to reuse their tins for anything from pens to accessories. Which also comes to magnets, and I don't mean just cute magnets, I mean like this. Useful storage magnets for your refrigerator, and not just that for shelving, but paper towel racks. Or you can even put magnets on your front door for your umbrellas. Or say you can even put a magnet hook on your washing machine for a rubbish bag. Even in modern Japanese bathrooms, the walls are magnetic, so you can hang extra supplies that you need in the bathroom. Which leads us to covers. Japanese love covers, and book covers are one of the most famous things. You can go to a bookstore, get a new book, and they can offer to put a cover onto your book. My friend even made this book cover for me, made of leather and a nice magnetic clasp. It's very useful. Or you can make your own book cover. And it's not just book covers, they are obsessed with all kinds of covers. Covers for their grills, for their stoves. Covers for the bar so that the heat doesn't escape. Covers for even tissues, just to add an aesthetic to the room and make it look nice. That leads us to, finally, is curtains. Japanese love curtains, and not just for the windows. They put curtains on their doorways. They put curtains on their unsightly bookshelves. They put curtains on their external closet space. So, which of these would you like to try in your daily life? Please leave a comment below and let me know. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. 最後まで見てくれてありがとうございました。また次回の動画で会いましょう。Thanks for watching till the end, and we'll see you in the next video.